Merry Christmas from Bethlehem. We're here in the church Nativity. Merry Christmas from Bethlehem. We're here in the church Nativity. And you can see they have been doing some major restoration work. It looks beautiful in here. So I'll give you a quick little tour. So this is a look at the Church of the Nativity, looking towards Nativity Square. This is kind of coming from the side. This is the entrance that many of the tour groups will use. But you can see there's parking here. Our first time that we were here, one of the princes of England actually came driving up in this area as we were leaving. Created a bit of a ruckus, but of course it's Christmas. So you've got to have a Christmas tree, and it's actually around the corner of the building here. But just to give you a look at the size of this church. Now there is more than one church here, like many of the holy sites in Israel, and they don't always agree on everything. But yes, very big building. But right around the corner up here is actually Manger Square, Nativity Square. I've seen different names for it. And this is a look around the square. You're looking towards the front of the church there. You can see the large Christmas tree that they have here. Getting ready for Christmas, which unfortunately for many of the tourists was canceled this year because of COVID. It's a hard situation. They got food stands out here with corn and popcorn and other things, and it was rough that they were expecting big crowds. This is the entrance, and yes, you have to duck down to get inside. It's that way on purpose, to make you humble yourself as you come into the presence. And what's really neat is the first time we were here, this was dark. Now it is weird that there's nobody else here. That was almost kind of creepy because we had such huge crowds last time. But as we go through the second small doorway, it opens up. This leads up to the main chapel, but there's so much work that's been done here. These pillars are so much cleaner. The floors have been redone. Here, let me give you a little idea of what it looked like last time we were here. You look up, you see how dark the top of that pillar is? The whole place was like that. The whole thing. And you can see they have been doing some great restoration work, some cleaning, some brightening things up. The floors have been polished. Even the beautiful murals that are up here on the wall have been cleaned and restored, and it just looks amazing compared to what it did during our last visit. And then as you look up the floors, this is the main chapel area, and it is actually right below this that the manger cave is. But you can see all the incense burners representing the prayers of people, and the altar up there. Just so much worship literally over 1,000 years here. But we're going to come down. This is a door on the right that you go in. The platform is right over to the left. As you come through the door, you're going to walk up to this little entry area here. They were doing some filming while we were here, so this security guard had us wait for just a minute. But then after he gave us clearance, we got to head down the stairs. But just look at the artwork, the tapestries, and the candles again representing prayers that are going up. Just so much to see. But once he gave us clearance, we came down the stairs through the doorway. Watch your step there, and you're actually going underneath that big platform. In our case, we were dodging TV cameras because they'd done a little bit of filming for Christmas. But as you come downstairs past the Padre and the film crew, right here, this is the alcove that they believe that baby Jesus was placed in right after he was born. At the time, they think it was a cave that was attached to a home. But over the course of hundreds and thousands of years, that gets lost. But supposedly it was at this site right here where Jesus was born and put in a manger as a newborn baby. And again, you can see all these tapestries and how dark they are. These have not been restored yet, but the whole place used to look dark like this. Still some work to be done here, but gives you an idea of what's there. There's actually a little tiny chapel there on the side. This is coming out the steps on the other side. So you go down one set of steps, you come up another set of steps, and again, more artwork and altars. There's a look at the steps. Zoom out a little bit so you can see. And to the right, you can see the platform that we looked at when we first came in. Now these steps, of course, lead to another area that heads out, but let me kind of give you a little panoramic. Looking up that way, that's where we came in, down that hallway up to the platform. We turned right over there and went over to that room directly across the platform from us there, and then went underneath all of this. So this is where they will do the mass, the services, but where he was born, that site is directly underneath. So you go down one set of steps under it, and then up this other set of steps. But just a beautiful place. Definitely, without all the tourists there, it was quiet. So quiet. Then as you head out, there is one more chapel. You can see the sign. It says silence, and it's closed. There's a brief glimpse, but you know what? Hold on to that thought. As you come outside, there is a beautiful garden out here. I love the fact that it's orange trees. It's Nativity Square with Christmas. And if you don't know the story of Father Christmas, St. Nicholas giving oranges for Christmas, look it up. But I just thought that was fantastic that there were oranges in the courtyard at the Church of Nativity. Couldn't get any better than that. But you can see that doorway there. Well, that doorway actually leads into that church that we were just looking at. You know what? It's open. So let's go. This is the Church of the Virgin something or other. I couldn't say it. But you can see you walk up to a door, and then you actually turn right up. Interesting signs. Come in a pilgrim, go out. Come in a tourist, go out a pilgrim. Yeah. Love that. But here's a look at the church. And just a beautiful place here. As we looked around, we did spend a little bit of time here sitting and praying and enjoying where we were. The stained glass is just amazing. Absolutely beautiful. And you can see the signs on the walls. Those are the Stations of the Cross. And yes, they do have a Christmas tree inside. And the Christmas trimming, the holly, the decorations that are there. So yeah, they're ready for Christmas service here. Oh, and a look at where the holy water is. Yes, it's Catholic. Gotta have your spot for the holy water. And more of the Stations of the Cross. And just a beautiful place.
As you're leaving the Church Nativity, you have to make sure you stop by and see maybe the best part. That's right, it's St. George and the Dragon.